Hello and welcome back, everybody. My name's Tony, your host here at Casual Magic, and today we're actually going to go through and review one of my favorite sites, MTG Fanatic. In no way am I endorsed or sponsored by this site, however, they've done a lot of nice things for me, so I'd like to go ahead and show everybody one of my favorite places to visit whenever I think of Magic. The first thing I'd like to do is actually show you guys one really cute little feature they have, which is the buy list. This shows you certain cards that are being sold at a discount or buy another user for cheap. A lot of these cards are played or foil or this or that, and it's just a really kind of nifty way to see what everyone's buying and purchasing on the site. The next thing I'll show you is that we do have the Magic the Gathering selection. This is where you can buy, sell, trade, everything. They have the most recent sets here, which then once here in a second I'll show you see all Magic. But it has like the most recent sets, Theros through Dragons right now, which is our standard meta. It also has the Modern Event deck, and it also has Conspiracy, just because it throws in the Modern Event decks, and the most recent cards that have been released. The next things that you can do is buy boosters, boxes of boosters, box sets. You can buy some of the clothes, and just about anything you can think of for Magic. They always have really fair prices. I've never seen anybody really try and rip anybody off on the site, and it really is nice to be able to come here. Another great thing I like to do with the site is, since I'm a little newer, I've only been playing for 2 years, I like to use their card contains. This will actually let you go through and search any card in the entire site, and it also lets you go through and search for, let's say, the color and things of that nature, just to make sure that you get the accurate list. And here on the left, you'll actually see one of my other favorite features, and normally this will show up if you go through on a couple other things, but this is the list of every single set that is recorded for Magic, all the way from Alpha to, Zendikar. Not every card they have a copy of, but they will show you the card and the basic price that they have. The real reason that I wanted to show you guys and endorse this today is because one of the main things I use from this site is their deck builder. With the deck builder, you actually do need to set up your account with them. It's super easy. You just go down here, and it'll ask you to sign up. All you have to do is enter your email, a name, a username, and a password, and they'll set you up. And I believe when you first start, they even give you a discount. So it's definitely worth it, especially considering that they do have fair prices. So let's go ahead and get back into the deck building. The two ways that you can do it is you can check the decks that you've already put on, which is, let's go ahead and click this one, My Decks. As you can see, I've created a couple. Certain decks, it'll give you the timestamp when they're created, as well as the colors that were used to create the decks. As you guys can see, I have a couple more decks to show you. And then with that, it'll also go through and give you ratings. Now, this site used to be a little bit bigger and a little more people, but not so much anymore. As you can see over here in my account, Top Hat 9, if you want to go ahead and send me a friend's request, feel free, as well as it'll show you how many people and things of that nature. The next thing I want us to do is go ahead and I will show you the submitted deck. This is kind of my favorite part. This allows you to go through, name a deck, choose what kind of deck it is. They have everything from Beatdown to World Championship. So let's say you just want to share a deck with your friends on Facebook. You're like, okay, I'll throw in all the cards that I saw on the Pro Tour, and it'll actually show you there. You can write notes about the deck. If it's a specialty deck or a deck that you feel should be played a certain way, go ahead and write it down. And then down here we have the way that I build all my decks on this site, which is you choose by card name. What you do, let's say we want Hero's Downfall, Hero apostrophe S. It'll bring down Hero's Downfall. You choose the card. You add as many as you want. Let's say I'm running a draft deck or something crazy, and I want 6. It'll actually let you go through, and it'll only throw in 4 on this site. But basically, it goes through and it'll put that in there for you. And the cool thing is, you don't actually have to delete or anything. You just come back here. If I only want 2, go ahead and put in 2. It'll switch it over for you. And then let's say you want to add a sideboard. You actually can add a sideboard as easy as just pressing that little button. You go through, and let's say I want Mirari's Wake. Oh, I am terrible at spelling, everybody. Let's say Mirarian Spy or Mirian Spy. Why not? We're going to go ahead and add 4 of those on our sideboard. Once you've done that, we'll go ahead. It's going to go through, and since I really don't want to submit this, I'll actually show you guys what it looks like when it's done, which you've already seen. But let's go ahead and my decks. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the deck that we just went through. And once you've submitted it, it'll go through and pop up just like this, like you see on all mine. It gives you the cards in deck, which is at 62. It gives you the original, the basic format that it's in, which it gives casual for everything. It doesn't actually matter. Let's say you were a world champion, it always gives you casual. How many people have viewed it, and the cost of the deck. This one was $186.73 to buy from the site, which is actually something you can do through the site. Down here it'll give you the option to add every single card to your list, and then you can clock them out and actually buy this deck and take it home with you, including the sideboard. The other thing you can do is go through and edit. Nobody else is allowed to do this, so you can't do this to other decks, but you can do it to your own whenever. And then one of my favorite little features, it'll actually give you a sample hand. So let's say my first hand was this. This is actually a pretty decent hand. And you can actually go through and it gives you the statistics and odds of every card in your deck and your odds of drawing it. And that actually does a lot to help me figure out land, fixing, and things of that nature. Which reminds me, for anybody who was curious in my last video of the lands, in this deck there's 4 Bloodfell Caves, 3 mountains, 4 plains, 2 swamps, 3 Temples of Silence, 4 Temples of Triumph, and 2 Urborgs. Sorry I didn't get around to that in the last video. It got a little long and I didn't want to bother anybody with the land base. But yeah, those are probably my favorite features of the site. The other thing you can do, and one of my, I won't say one of my favorites because it's really hard to ever find anything totally awesome, is they have forums here. Bunch of questions, like let's say you want to go through and just talk, you click on community, and it'll actually give you like a really wide array of lists of people that have said things. I mean, I have a couple on here, and everybody will basically go through and put their 2 cents in, like, can we save MTG Fnatic? That's kind of a sad one, but looking for players, you know, it helps you get kind of a community based online and things of that nature. In no way do I think that we should replace our local stores with websites. However, I do think, and especially when you live in an area that doesn't have a local shop, that sites are really good. Knowing good sites is always helpful. I know that before I found my 2 local shops, which are Danger Room and the Wizard's Keep, I really didn't have a whole lot. So this site actually helped me build my deck instead of having to go to Walmart and buy random packs. So guys, this has actually been my review of the 2 sections. As of Magic sites that I've been to Star City and all the rest. This one's probably an 8 out of 10 for me, and I love these guys. Please give them a drop by. It's, again, mtgfnatic.com, and I'm pretty sure once you sign up, it'll actually give you a discount. And if you invite a friend, which, again, guys, the nickname was TopHat9, go ahead and drop me a little comment or like. But yeah, this is one of my favorite sites, and this has been a kind of a look into what I use to create the deck decks for you.